Max, when we talk about Kentucky, I think they've got a ton of upside, of course, being picked there. And I feel like for Mark Pope, that's perfect. You want to be picked there. You don't want to be picked second or third because then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, pressure's on, which it is right away. Like, it's Kentucky. There's always going to be pressure, no matter who the coach is, no matter what season they're in. But the fact is, with that three-point shooting for Kentucky, we've said it, they should be the best three-point shooting team in the country. If that's the case, that is going to allow them to, finish higher than 8th. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if that happens.
You know what's interesting about them is, like you said, they got guys coming out their ears who can shoot the three and shoot it efficiently. You remember how efficient his teams were at BYU. You can build an offense that's fun to watch. A lot of places you can really build it at Kentucky. I mean, I had some buddy of mine that knows basketball pretty well text me today saying, I think Mark Pope is going to be a complete bust. I'm like, man, I don't know. This is a guy that's been a pretty good – I mean, this guy that – how many guys by the way, won a national title, I guess played in the NBA. The guy was in medical school at Columbia, I think it was, and dropped out because he decided to want to coach basketball. I mean, those are some serious – skill sets there, and he's already demonstrated. I know it's not at the level that Kentucky won at, right? I get it. I'm not telling you that just because he did it at BYU, it's going to be the world's greatest thing at Kentucky, but there's a lot of stuff there I like, guys.
Oh, Chris, I'm right there with you, and it's literally a sliver, but I kind of like Kentucky a little bit more than Arkansas heading into the year. Don't get me wrong. I really like Arkansas, and you're probably not going to find a bigger fan of Carter Knox than me right now. The bully ball committee has got our watch list. We are scouting Carter Knox here in the physicality that's coming out of practice with him on the bully ball team. But Kentucky, I mean, if you have Lamont Butler, and then it's either Krisa or Kobe Brea, Jackson Robinson, Andrew Carr, Amari Williams, that's graduate, senior, graduate. I mean, they're going to be so experienced. They're going to be one of the best shooting teams in the nation. They're going to be playing that Pope offense. They've got one of the best guard defenders in the country with a 3-time conference defensive player of the year at center. I mean, I don't know how it doesn't work. I mean, if it doesn't work, I think it happens in the backcourt. Maybe there's not the right, the true point guard. And it's a little bit, I don't know. Just the offense can't really get going the way we thought the Mark Pope offense would be humming. But I mean, geez, I'm nitpicking here. I really like this Kentucky team. I think the shooting's there for sure. And I think Lamont Butler is one of the best guard defenders in the nation.
Burke, here's why I said Kentucky being the top 3-point shooting team. Keep in mind, they were the top 3-point shooting team last year. Max, you did the stats this summer. What was it like? You have to bring up the stat again we were talking about with them.
Yeah, I can go back through my Twitter and find it, but I did, you got it?
You need it.
Yeah.
This collection of guys hit 424 3-pointers last year at a 40% clip.
Nuts.
It's
nuts.
And what I did is I took total 3-pointers made, but then I also took just team percentage. So it's like I didn't want to just have a team that just chucks up shots but they're not even shooting them. So then I did a composite ranking, like the ranking of the total 3-pointers with the ranking of the team percentage, and I put those into a composite. Kentucky far and away number 1 in the conference, like not even a competition.
Yeah. I mean, I think Alabama will be the best offensive team in the country is my prediction, but I think shooting wise, I could see Kentucky percentage beating them out.
I'm just talking about threes. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's kind of the argument for Kentucky and why they can definitely take a big step forward. So, and as Mother Carol says too, keep in mind, Kentucky's got, I think the freshman too. So, Perry, right? I mean,
Perry Chandler. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think Kentucky has a lot of upside, and again, I think that's where you want to be if you're Kentucky. When's the last time Kentucky came into the season and they didn't have the highest expectations of anybody? So
it's not a bad spot to be.
No, I don't know. Well, let's tell you about our friends at BetOnline, the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football and basketball, Max. We're going to add that in. Every stat, matchup, live odds during the games, it's all there. If you know your stuff, you can also play that $200,000 mega contest where you pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When it's over, head to the online casino, play some blackjack or poker. Over 150 slots games there as well. Head to their website today to get on the action. BetOnline, the game starts here.